extremely spiritual. One of the problems I had back then was that I didn't listen to myself. I would hear the voice of the Lord, and I would see it in my dreams, but I would still want to follow my flesh. But ever since I started following the lead of the Holy Spirit, things have drastically changed for me, and I'm extremely happy about it. I'm actually Dada, those people that naturally have dreadlocks from birth.
Since birth, I have been spiritual. My parents told me that I was stillborn, so they had to throw me away. Then there was a clergyman from Ibadan who came to the hospital and asked about me, and I was brought back to life. I was told that I never cried or did anything until the day of my naming ceremony. It was the moment they named me Aliwadi that I started crying as a baby. Again, when they wanted to shave off my locks, they had to tell me it was the Holy Spirit because I didn't want them to do it.
I decided to have a small circle because there was too much noise in my head. There is always noise around me, both positive and negative. I am not a careful person. My heart is so free. I am someone you can trust with anything. You can do whatever you want to do in my presence.
Shoot.
We are ready.
All right, bet. Let's go then. What is the most interesting thing about being a part of the cast of Shantytown?
I think it's the bond. Shantytown has a very huge cast, and it was like a picnic when we were on sets. So that's the most interesting thing. Then secondly, there are some, scenes that were very engaging. They were very difficult. So such scenes. They had to ask me if I could go through one of the scenes because there was nudity. So I really enjoyed the whole production. It was a nice one.
That's beautiful. Who was the most reserved individual on set? Nancy is not you, don't worry. Don't worry, but Messi is not you either. But who was the most reserved individual on set? Brown sugar.
I was the most reserved.
Really? They named you Scar and you were reserved.
I was the most reserved.
Yeah.
Wow.
The character was crazy.
Yeah. So
But-
you needed your you time a lot.
Yes.
Most of the times he was in the dark alone. He was in a very hot environment by
dark.
himself. Yeah.
He wasn't speaking to people.
Yeah, he
wasn't speaking to
stayed, he got into the character and stayed there for the whole, over 3-4 weeks that we filmed.
Yeah.
Come on now, legend. Teach me how it's done. Okay, all right. I'm going to direct this question to you, Chichi, because I know you're very reserved, very quiet, and, sometimes you don't even want to come out. But who was the most approachable? Scar.
You see?
I don't agree. That's not true.
And I agree to that.
She
Because I mean,
agrees.
what did I
Yeah.
want to?
She agrees.
Yeah, I think that was my first time of meeting him in the
Yeah.
car. I was shivering like when I got into the car, it was Chidi and Nse. I'm like, Jesus, am I going to stand in this car? So I was just checking and I'm looking at it and he was like, calm down.
down.
Don't worry.
correct.
It's easy. You get there, you get
Who was the jester on set? Zubi.
yeah.
Zubi.
Zubi, yeah. Zubi was.
Zubi. Okay, Mercy. Who had you in awe when you met them?
Nse. But yeah. So when I was in my character, I think I was like reading it, and in the middle of our shooting, she just stopped me. She said, "No, this is not how you do it. I want you already know what you're doing, then I want you to be this person. I want you to put it to life. Don't read, don't cram. You know what you want to say. Just be that person." And from there, I just picked up. So I wasn't reading there.
Who was the food prefect on set? Who never missed a meal? Why are you looking away? Take your shade now. Hello? Chef Morimoto. Everybody needs to think. Why?
I said, let me think.
Because I know you don't play with your belly, girl.
Yeah, that would be me.
Okay, I'm going to ask you this question because I feel like you've seen behind the scenes and you've seen post-production and whatnot. Who never needed a stunt double for their role? Why do I feel like I know the answer? I mean, don't mind where my hand is going.
I know.
Let's just say.
Considering the level of what he had to do, the commitment level to it, I mean, the facial, the makeup, and all of that, it would have been difficult to get him a proper stunt person that would make it as believable. Gosh, I can't even.
Do you all agree? Do you all agree with that?
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, not like you say no,
You
because that appears to you. Like, okay, so the last but not the least question. Who fell asleep the most on set? Nancy, I suspect you.
Me, where I was.
I don't understand. I tell you.
Did we stay
Upset.
What's your regular set?
Yeah.
Even when people finish their sins, they won't go home.
We're in the bush. We were somewhere like.
It was like we were a family.
Yeah.
That we just all reconnected. It was such positive energy. I don't even know how to begin to explain it. And then there was this unity, so everybody brings food, everybody's eating together, everybody's going to this one car. Do you want this? Do you want that? Sometimes you just go somewhere, stay far away from where they're filming and play music, and everybody was just excited and happy.
The major challenge, the famous market scene. Let me just spill the beans a little. That scene, I filmed it when I was very sad. It was one of my saddest days on earth. Something very personal happened, and I was crying. I broke down heavily. I couldn't film. But I just spoke to myself. I said, Funke, you have started this. Challenges will come. There's a Yoruba saying, Omotuba maga, ese matirin. If you must make it in life, you will face a lot of hurdles that you need to jump and pass to the next stage. So I wiped off my tears. Action! I went in with mercy, fought, cut. I started panting, started crying because I had cried earlier. So I was very tired physically. But I summoned up courage. I filmed it, because I had to give it my best. I'd started well. I need to end it well. And that was the last day of shoot. So even after that, I still ran. We still rapped. I still prayed with the crew members. We still ran to destroy Booker Street, to shut it down. I still had hope. So one thing I'll just say out there to people, anything you do, challenges are bound to come.
Absolutely.
Nobody told you it will be easy. What you should just pray for is the strength to keeping on. You just have to give it your best. So challenges came,
yes,
but we'll give it our best.
We'll give it our best.
Small story of not WHO give up FCK up. The journey and story of my life was never smooth, but this Abi Akuta born in Lagos bred boy never gave up. Memories of the very beginning, when the journey started. I was just an helpless young boy who does his things and make people laugh unintentionally, to the point that I was picked up in secondary school by a non-governmental organization whose main aim is to train young people majorly through acting, dance, and music. Memories of when I gained admission into the university and still didn't give up. I remember the days I skipped classes to follow this dream of mine. To the year I graduated from uni 2007-2008, the stubborn boy still didn't give up. Memories of the days I borrowed money to go on movie set, borrow clothes to wear on set even though I wasn't getting paid. I remember begging for money and food to survive. Memories of the multiple times I got rejected, insulted, ridiculed and bullied that acting is not my career path and that I'll never make it in this field that I choose. I remember the times I almost gave up on myself and the career. I remember crying endlessly and told myself it's better to die. Memories of the times I walked hours to get on set and rehearsals simply because I had no fare. I remember when I had to be a camera boy, wash Hilga's cars. Then the times I finally started getting paid 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 for a lead role. I remember receiving the payments with so much joy, happiness, and gratitude. This journey of mine from being just a little boy with big dreams to becoming the superstar that I am today has come with a lot of challenges and stories untold. I'll tell the whole story someday to inspire one or two. I am grateful to God for the journey so far, for His grace and mercy. This little story of mine is to let you know that your dreams are valid, no matter what it is you're going through right now. As long as you do not give up, you will get there. It might take time, and I know waiting isn't easy, but hang in there and keep doing your best. You will make it. God will come through for you, and you will laugh last. Happy birthday in advance to me, 1st of February, baby.
that will be all for tonight. See you next time. Good night.